I'd like you guys to focus on the things that will really help you out. Talk about what you say you're going to talk about. So basically headlines, site titles, text within it, all is straightforward. And, you're creating an article of value instead of trying to fill in tons of spammy content. If you were a Indiana-based wedding photographer, tell people that. Tell people the type of work that you do in that content, and do it in a conversational way that is not loaded with keywords. Just write about what you do. If you do like local wedding photography and destination weddings, I would have a page for each. Those of you who do photo workshops, it's good to have like one main page explaining the photo workshops. But then what I would also do is if there's 5 places you normally go in the course of the year, maybe Yosemite, Monument Valley, Death Valley, all those things, have a page for each of those underneath that. So you're not trying to jam everything like I do everything on the planet, I shoot all these things. Kind of create a page for each thing that you're doing. 2 extremely important things that you should be doing. The first is how you title your images. So something very descriptive here, pretty straightforward, who's in the photos, and then the alt tag for the images. So that's what Google looks at. They don't look at keywords. They don't look at anything else like that. They only consider these 2 things. The next issue that we have as photographers is photos load really slowly compared to text. I mean, like a high resolution image in the wrong format could load more slowly than the entire volume of War and Peace. So there's, first off, you do not need your images to be 6,000 pixels wide. You may feel that that's really important. First off, most of the photographers I know don't want images that big floating out there anyway that somebody can use and print from. So keep the images modern in size, probably, 2,000 pixels wide at the most. In addition to that, how you save them makes a big difference. So those of you guys who are Adobe users, Lightroom or Photoshop, I very highly recommend that you use the Save for Web settings, as opposed to just saving something as a JPEG 6 or something like that. Use Save for Web, and what that will do is it further optimizes the images. I usually use for the larger images a quality setting of around 40, the smaller images a quality setting of 60. And the only thing to really remember as you're doing this as well is you want to make sure, if you look on the right side of the screen, you see the tab for metadata. Make sure that in the metadata, it's keeping your copyright and contact info. You don't want images floating around on the web that are basically orphaned, that nobody knows how to contact you. So make sure that as you're saving for web, that you click off this, and then that way your metadata should be marked copyrighted, should have your copyright symbol, and then contact information, at the very least, an email address where somebody can contact you if they want to license the photograph.